What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we are here to talk about Vinland Saga, episode 24, the end of the Prologue. Now, this episode, I'm not even going to hold you up. This episode is amazing. I mean, let's just give it off that this is also not just the end of the Prologue, but the end of season 1. And man, again, this episode is great. It's wise. Now, in like the last episode, in the miscalculation episode, the king pretty much is handing out rewards for everybody who participated in this war with the English for about 10 years. So everybody's getting a reward, getting territory. Now, when he he announced that he is going to make his way to go to war with Wales. Now, Wales, man, I guess in his eyes, they are sent to disrespect the king, in which the king is basically has his say so doing them in the coming spring. Now, when he see that Floki was able to see that body Askeladd pretty much threw him in whack for about a few seconds. So when he made his approach in front of the king in this episode, he pretty much let the king know that look, they don't have much resources for us to really go after them. Send me as a messenger so I can go ahead and convince them to serve under you. So intentionally, Askeladd came up with a good plan. Technically, he came up with something that was good because Wales just really didn't have anything to really benefit them besides it being a slave country. Not just that, they just came off a 10-year war. They need time to really, get things together, to ante up their resources. They need things to make them strong again. But the king is really diving into this because not only did he announce this to see how the people was going to react, but he got a reaction out of Askeladd, and I think that came into his plan was Floki, kind of seeing into that. So now he said, okay, well, since this is a kind of like a sword to him, we can use this to maybe get him to murder the prince. And that's exactly what it came down to. He went up to Askeladd, praised him for being a good loyal servant to his son, blah blah blah, and then all you know is that he whispered to him and said, look, you either go to war or you give me my son's head. The choice in the matter really doesn't matter to me because I already figured it out. Your mama was a slave, you came from a slave world, blah blah blah. That just took him over. So then Askeladd just said, fuck it. It was like, you know what, you are a despicable person, you smell, you don't have the face of a king. He disrespected him and he said, look, I give you a chance, and people pull swords out. So Askeladd was like, look, I'm in this particular range of him, you probably want to back off. And after the king said what he said, all you seen is his head got beheaded by Askeladd, and the Askeladd just went crazy. He just started mopping up, talking about, this is my real name, I'm pretty much is the king. How you talk to a king like that, just going crazy. But it's actually a plan though, because if you think about it, he wasn't just looking for a solution for Wales, but he was also looking for a solution to not have to put the prince in harm, because he really don't like the Danes at all, but he see that this particular prince, his kindness and the way they shaped him is like, he got the wiseness from his experience being on the field and witnessing the killing, the bloodshed, but he also kind-hearted and actually take, the church teachings, trying to sound out right, into fruition. So he's trying to look for the betterment of man or whatever. So he has good intentions to lead this country into to a land of prosperity, and that's why Askeladd followed him and actually made himself his vessel, even though he had to murder his keeper, his babysitter, murder that fat fool. But but ultimately, with him making this choice, he has to put on the act. He has to put on the act that he just gone mad, he gone crazy. His partial blood of him just hate the demons, and he just making it to be known. And as Thorfall pretty much got disappointed, the prince picked up on everything because of the eye signs and the seriousness that Askeladd had shown him. And Thorfall pretty much made it clear, look, he's your vessel, you have to take responsibility. Now, of course, when Thorfinn found out what was going on and see what was going on, he was trying to make it to his side because he wants to be the one to murder Askeladd, but too late. The prince beat him to it, put the blade through him, and then he gave his speech to Thorfinn because Thorfinn never really looked his life as he's, what he can do after he kill him. And he pretty much said it. And not just only said it, he actually, pretty much praised him and told him, look, it's a war. Go beyond what your father did. Go beyond what Thor's did. This land is for you to explore. And that's when he passed away. Now, it was crazy because, Thorfinn did have a moment where he actually got on the ship of the old guy who was pretty much always preaching to him when he was a kid, and just disappeared and ran to where it was going on because, he's hearing commotions, he's seeing the signs, and this is what he found out. Now, he did slash at the prince because the prince took his meal, he took his plate. Askeladd was supposed to be his before killing his father, and he just killed him. Now he's at the point to where he just have this face of disappointment, like he doesn't really have a purpose anymore. And even though he's raging, trying to get loose, he's looking at his body like, okay, he can't be dead. He can't be dead. So, unfortunately, this is where we left at on it. This is the end of the season 1. And yeah, it was a good episode, awesome episode. And I cannot complain. And I just want to thank you guys for definitely tuning in. I definitely appreciate you, definitely stopping in for this episode 4 in the prologue, in the season finale of 1. Definitely appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and let the comments below. How did you think this episode added up? Because again, Askeladd is a beloved character. And for him, this is just the end of the road for him. How does everybody feel? Let me know in the comments below. But other than that, AshTheMan is out. Peace.